All right. Welcome to 6 Minutes. I'm here with two graduating Georgia Hammers, Nick Masters, Blaine Bergey. Nick from Woodward Academy. Blaine, we're at Buford. But you guys are here together because you are both on your way to Princeton in the fall. That is awesome. Fantastic. Congratulations first.
Thank you.
So look, Princeton's a great university. It's got a great coaching staff. They are on fire. So obviously that's pretty easy in terms of why you would want to go to Princeton. But besides the coaching staff and the school, we'll start with Nick. What else was it about Princeton that kind of drew you to there?
So one of the least known reasons why I chose it is just I just love just the layout of the campus and everything. I took my first visit there, and a new album came out, and the guy who I was rooming with was like, "Hey, I gotta go to class. You can find your way." And so I just got lost on campus listening to a new album, and so I was just exploring the campus, and it's just absolutely breathtaking. And I mean that. And the team is just super, super tight knit, and they all treat each other like family. And that was really the biggest reasons why I chose Princeton.
Cool. What about you, Blaine? Blaine, did you hear me? What about you? Why did you choose Princeton? He's frozen.
Yeah, I know.
He went away.
But he's back.
He's back? All right, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you hear the question?
Yeah, I heard the question. So for me, it was really the team on my visit. On all my other visits that I went on, I kind of felt like a burden to whoever I was with. Oh, I have a recruit this weekend, I got to drag him along. Well, as compared to when I was at Princeton, it was kind of they made me feel like I was one of the guys already, part of the team. I didn't feel like a burden at all. I felt like everybody was being genuine and honest with how they felt about me and having me around, in comparison to at other places you kind of feel like you're being dragged along, or guys are kind of putting on a pony show for you. So that was a big thing for me.
Yeah, and it makes a big difference. So Blaine, you won 2 state titles, and earlier you told me you should have won 4, right? At Buford. So which of those 2 were you kind of that's one I let get away? I mean, you probably obviously think both of them, but
yeah, I mean, both of them, obviously, it wasn't the ref's fault, it wasn't the other kid's fault, it was my fault for losing both times. But for me, my sophomore year was the one that I get away the most. My freshman year, I had surgery coming into the school year, and I only ended up wrestling 15 matches that year. So I was very, very low matches coming off the surgery my freshman year. Lost to a really good kid in the state finals. But then my sophomore year, I'd put in a ton of work, felt great, cut my weight pretty bad past couple weeks of the season, and lost by a point in the state finals because I couldn't get off bottom.
Oh,
so it happens.
Yeah. Who'd you lose to?
Francis Morrissey.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, not too shabby in terms of a person to lose to, but still a frustration.
Yeah.
So, Nick, you won 4 state titles. Nick is a little frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay. You won 4 state titles, and but what was a match that you look back at your high school career and you're like, man, I should have wrestled better, or I should beat this person or that person?
Oh man, I have a lot of those matches. One was definitely Henson last year, up by 4, and then at the end of the second, gave up 3 points, and then just went on a mental down spiral. I should have beaten Serrano this year, but she got outclassed a little bit. So I only had two matches that I legitimately was all right, I kind of got the brakes beaten off me. That was my freshman year.
Okay. Who was that against?
Well, Goldhofer was one, just because he was like he's gonna scramble, and he was like just basically wouldn't let me scramble, and I basically scored 10 points on myself. And then I wrestled this kid from North Carolina in the Southern Slam finals, and everyone's like, "All right, Nick, he's gonna snap you down and he's gonna half you." I was like, "Okay, that's kind of basic, like whatever." He did exactly that. He snapped me down, went behind, stuck in a half, picked me up, and put me right in my back. I was like, "Yep, well,
There you go. All right. All right. So Blaine, how long have you wrestled? When did you first start?
I started wrestling in second grade. I went to a South Forsyth youth camp over the summer, and then the following year started wrestling at the Lambert Youth Club, and did that for 2 years. Went to Morris Fitness for a year. Then I've been at Compounder Yates since about fifth grade, I'd say.
So what was your first memory of being on the mat back in second grade?
So I remember my first ever youth tournament because I only wrestled they have the rookie tournaments on Sundays that are for first year wrestlers, and I only ever wrestled in one of those. And I actually wrestled Rex McDaniel in the finals of that. But I had forgotten my wrestling shoes for my first tournament. So I wrestled in high top basketball shoes. And so, I mean, that's my first real memory.
Nice. Do we have pictures of you wrestling in high top basketball shoes?
I'm sure somewhere there's a video of it. I haven't seen it, but I mean, I tend to remember the embarrassing moments, and I think wrestling in high top shoes my first tournament was pretty embarrassing.
How about you, Nick? How long have you been wrestling?
About 14-ish years now.
Okay, so way back when you were just a wee lad. What was kind of your first memory of being on the wrestling mat?
So me and Caden McCrary actually started together down at Harrison, and Lee Roper was actually the assistant coach at the Harrison High School. So he'd run our youth programs. And my very first win was Caden, back when he was known as Paul.
Back when he was known as Paul.
And once Paul became Caden, he got really good.
It was the name change that did it, right?
It was the name change. He then teched me in the state finals my very first time. If you look at almost all of Caden's youth state titles, I'm pretty sure 6 of them are me.
Okay. All right. Those are great memories. Those are awesome. So, Nick, if anybody pays attention to you prior to a match, you have got your headphones on and you are singing it out. So what in the world is on your playlist right before a match?
So everyone assumes it's really pumping up music, trying to get my blood flowing. It's Train, it's Kesha, Taylor Swift. Yeah, I'm just out here bobbing and having a good time because I used to have a big tendency of getting way too amped up and just outthinking things. And so just this last season, it's you know what? I'm just going to have fun with it. So I had a giant playlist of just the 2010 hits. We have just the nice Katy Perry's, that stuff. And so I'm just having a good time, just dancing and singing. It's a fun time.
Very cool. Well, Blaine, you are much you're Mr. Cool. You're just nice and easy, get right before a match. I don't see you with headphones on a ton. Are you listening to music? Are you doing a kind of a playlist? Do you have a playlist also, or no?
I do every now and then, but usually I don't even bring my headphones to tournaments with me just because, I don't know, I got to a point where sometimes the tournaments are real long, boring days when you're wrestling every 4 or 5 hours. So I kind of try to deprive myself of anything entertaining before I go out to wrestle. Kind of make myself bored. So then when I'm out there, it's way more exciting to get going.
All right. Okay. Are you a little mad?
Not really. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that over the past
just nice
2
and
years,
easy.
it's kind of just do what I do, kind of keep it cool. I warm up real hard in the morning. I mean, Charlie Derricott's my warm-up partner, and if anybody's ever seen him drill, it's a million miles an hour.
It's ridiculous.
All the time. So we go real hard in the morning, and then I kind of just try to stay cool, stretch my legs out a little bit right before I wrestle, and then go out and get it done.
Awesome. Well, it's been a weird summer, not a lot of wrestling and everything else. How have you been in contact with Coach Ayers or anybody as far as kind of what you're supposed to do to kind of keep yourself going? We'll start with you, Blaine.
So a little bit. We've had Zoom meetings and stuff with just the incoming guys, and then also with the whole team. We actually have one later tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But we are on a lifting and workout plan. And then for me, at least, I know Nick's situation's a little different. I actually have not taken a break from wrestling at all. I've been able to wrestle the entire time, and actually kind of wrestling more than I usually would at this point in the year.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. What about you, Nick? You
Go ahead. Kind of the same. Zoom meetings and everything with the guys. Gotten a whole lifting plan. Sadly, I don't have very much motor vehicle stuff, so I'm not able to get out very much. So, but I've been up to Tennessee a few times to wrestle, at the barn and everything.
Right.
Every once in a while, I'll just pack up my stuff and I'll live at Blaine's for a few days, and we'll train at Yates.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get what I can when I can. So
yeah,
I'll typically stay with somebody for a few days and train for a few days and have sadly I'm out for a few days now because the job, but.
Got it. Well, let's we'll finish up here with transitioning back to Princeton. Nick, we'll start with you. Do you have any idea what weight you're going to wrestle?
Probably 133.
Okay.
Because I know they got me and Clark there, so Clark's kind of a taller guy, so we're kind of hoping they put muscle on him. He goes 33, I go 41. I go 33, he goes 41. But if worst case scenario, and I just kind of get beefed up, I'll go 30. He'll go 33, I'll go 41. So kind of 33, 41 range.
All right. And what about and we'll stay with Nick. One last question, which is, do you have any idea what you're going to major in at Princeton? Or
yeah, I just could submit our major and everything. So
okay.
The plan is mechanical and aerospace engineering.
Very cool. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, Blaine. What about you? Any idea what weight you're going to wrestle?
I'm looking at 57 or 65. The perception of me at 170 and 182 this year was a little deceiving. I walk around at 165. I just didn't feel like cutting a pound this entire year. I was the guy that ate right before weigh-ins because that's when I wanted to have breakfast. So, I mean, I was all the way down at 52 at Super 32. So I've gotten a little bit bigger this summer just because I'm lifting and stuff. But 57 or 65 is ideal for me.
Awesome. And what about, do you know what you're going to major in?
As of now, the plan is finance,
Okay.
but you never know.
Yeah, no.
It change a lot.
It does change a lot. It does change a lot. Well, thank you both for joining me. I really appreciate it. Want to wish you guys the best of luck. Make sure you stay in touch. Princeton is an outstanding university institution, and they're lucky to have the two of you guys coming in. So thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
Peace out.